Rafael Nadal. He's the king of clay.
He stands alone, 7 French championships.
But for more than 7 months, he's been the king in exile, fallen by injury. But now, Nadal is back, ready to show what has made him an all-time great. Never more brilliant than on the dirt. Today, Nadal's first match on the red clay of South America at the VTR Open in Vina del Mar. Rafa's return, now on Tennis Channel. From Vina del Mar in Chile, the VTR Open. A 250 event on the ATP World Tour. The return of one of our greatest champions, Rafa Nadal. He's the top seed. And he's taking on the Argentinian, Federico Delbonis, in a second-round match. Welcome everyone to Tennis Channel in this very special presentation. Rafa Nadal back on tour. I'm Leif Shirus. Well, for so long now, 222 days, the worldwide tennis community has wondered about the fate of one of its greatest champions, Rafa Nadal. How bad were the knee problems he was having? How would it affect his career? When would he return to the game, if he ever returned at all? And when he did return, would it be the Rafa Nadal of old, the king of clay, 7 French Open champions? Well, we'll start to answer those questions right now here today on Tennis Channel as Nadal plays a second-round match, his return to tennis in Vina del Mar, Chile. Now, we're still waiting signals from Chile, but we're getting some reports that we are getting the signal. And here he is, Rafa Nadal, making his way now to center court. His first time in South America in 8 years, but he feels it's the right time and the right place for him to start playing tennis again. It was only 48 hours ago that Tennis Channel realized that we were able to bring you this match. So we moved quickly, and we hope you enjoy this very special presentation. We're certainly excited to share it with you. Our crew here has been working hard to make sure the transmission and everything is right. And we know Rafa Nadal has been working hard to get back out on the court as well. So we're picking up this signal now from Chile. So a few audio problems, hoping to iron those out as we make our way to first ball. Well, we'll start to answer some of those questions about his fitness and where his game is. The last time we saw Rafa Nadal, well, it was June of 2012. First, it was Roland Garros, the championship match. He was taking on Novak Djokovic, his old rival for the title. Nadal, after his 7th title there, a record number, the most of any player on his favorite surface. Djokovic fought hard, but Nadal would not be denied. Just 2 weeks later, on the hallowed lawns of the All England Club, a second-round match against unheralded Czech Lukas Rosol. No problem, right? Wrong. Rosol plays the match of his life, serving aces and hitting winners off both wings. An upset for the ages. Not only did he knock him out of the tournament, but he knocked him out of the game as well. He did not play again throughout the rest of 2012. He also missed his first Australian Open this year, first time he's missed playing in Melbourne since back in '06. So certainly an exciting time for everyone, but particularly for Rafael Nadal, who has had to face the challenges of recovering from tendinitis in his knees. So fast forward 7 months of rest, of rehab, and recovery. And this is where we are, a small city along the Pacific coast of Chile, home of the VTR Open. Carlos Bernardi's our chair umpire today. Well, not only has Vina been given the chance to breathe new life into the career of Rafa Nadal, so has the current world number 5 brought a profound sense of excitement to this small tennis community in Chile. So while they get their warm-up started, we'll take a short break here on Tennis Channel. Glad you could be with us for Rafa's return. The 7-time French Open champion, the world number 1. He's back on court, and he means it. Rafa Nadal, second-round tennis from Vina del Mar, coming up next. Tennis Channel's presentation of the return of Rafa Nadal in the 2013 VTR Open is presented by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Babylon, tennis runs in our blood. Welcome back, everyone, to Vina del Mar in Chile, the VTR Open. And this is a second-round match. The man in your picture, well, he needs no introduction, but it is the great Rafa Nadal who's making his way back into competitive form. A start against his opponent today, Federico Delbonis, the Argentinian, who's currently ranked 128 in the world. Nadal ranking at number 5. Delbonis, a very competent clay courter, a left-hander like his Spanish opponent. But obviously it's Nadal, the man who has the wealth of experience that should tell today. So look at our tail of the tape. Nadal, a former world number 1, and you can see if he's healthy this season, he'll surpass 600 career match wins and 50 career titles, 36 of them coming on red clay, his favorite surface. Slight difference in prize money. Delbonis just getting his young career started. We talked about how Nadal has really breathed life into this event, to this part of the world. Of course, this small community challenged by so many economic problems, but boy, have they responded with excitement and spirit to Nadal coming here. Tickets sold out for each of his match sessions in less than half a day. So they are going Nadal crazy here in Vina del Mar. Spoke with tournament director Alvaro Fiol, and he said it's been like a rock star landing in Chile. Within hours of arriving in Santiago, he was rushed to a visit with the president of Chile. A 90-minute meeting with President Sebastian Pinera. Of course, they joked in that meeting that the King of Spain does not get that kind of reception or that kind of time with the president, but they had a wonderful conversation about Roland Garros, about Mallorca, and about Chile. Of course, the president had met Nadal before, not only at Roland Garros, but also at the Beijing Olympics. So the two got along very well indeed. So Federico Delbonis, his 22-year-old opponent, introduced his favorite surface right here, the red clay. His best results coming on this. Semifinals of Stuttgart in 2011. It's his best result. He's had a few good wins, but nothing that would suggest that he can manage the obstacle today. But Nadal doesn't take any opponent lightly. Amazing to think it's been 8 years since Nadal has been a part of this very popular clay court swing through South America. And the first time he's ever been in Chile.
A los 24 años, Nadal logró ser el tenista masculino más joven de la historia en conseguir el doble slam de carrera, que incluye los 4 Grand Slam y la medalla de oro de los Juegos Olímpicos. En su aparición es un orgullo tener en nuestro PGR Invencible, Vallecasa turno al señor Rafael Nadal.
Señoras y señores, Federico Delbonis ganó el sorteo y eligió recibir.
Well, he mentioned the meeting with the president that he had. He continued on to Vina del Mar from Santiago, where he had his first practice session. Practice with a 16-year-old Chilean hopeful, Christian Guerin. 1,800 people watched from the stands, and that was for a practice session. So the man has ignited some real excitement here in South America. Well, so glad you could be with us again today here on Tennis Channel as we celebrate and bring to you the return of Rafael Nadal to competitive tennis on the ATP World Tour. Again, in 48 hours, we managed to put this together so we could bring you this fine, historic moment. As I said earlier, this might be the most anticipated second-round match in the history of tennis.
Primer set, al servicio, Rafael Nadal. Siéntese rápido, por favor. Gracias. Juego.
Nadal has already played a doubles match last night alongside his friend Juan Monaco. They won their first match against the #2 seed, so he's had a little bit of tennis already here in Chile.
Iguales.
An unforced error off the Nadal forehand. And what must be going through the mind of this young man, Federico Delbonis? Chance of a lifetime or a nightmare? Yes, and that's a nice drive. He stepped up nicely on the two-hander.
15-40. Primer juego.
So his return to tennis, and it's a break of his serve as Federico does a nice job with the two-hander, a winner down the line, and there's the cross-court winner to get the break. So some nervous moments for Nadal as he tried to play the ball into court, but Delbonis made him pay the price for not doing enough. Carlos Bernardes in the chair.
Al servicio, Federico Delbonis.
First meeting between these two.
$15-0.
Well, some nice pressure cross court. The Delbonis backhand has been very effective so far in the early goings. That time cross court able to extract the air. And a nice play at the net. And the book on Delbonis, big forehand and a big serve. He's 6 feet 3 inches. So he's got a fair amount of athleticism and plenty of height to bring this serve down into the box.
Juego, Delbonis. Delbonis gana 2-0.
Boy, this youngster handled this moment so well. I mean, not looking nervous or uptight at all. Very relaxed. And he underlines the break with a love service game. So good start for the Argentine. And again, the pressure cross court, very telling. Look at that angle. You can see Nadal is well outside. So is his backhand reply. A little taste of Nadal, but it was from the Delbonis forehand.
0-30.
Buggy whipped forehand up the line, and it extracted the air on the volley. Is he shaking off a little of the rust just a bit in that exchange?
15-30.
Just a little outside.
30 igualas.
And Nadal able to get back to 30 all. First ace. And his second. Well, from love 30 down in his second service game, Nadal's able to recover. That's the first game he's won in 7 months. Must be a good feeling. He's on the board. We're underway here on Tennis Champ.
Gracias.
So back in Vina del Mar, Chile, Federico Delbonis serving at 2-1 in the opening set. He broke Nadal's opening serve.
Por favor. 0-15.
So his first double fault. I'm Leif Shiras. Glad you could be with us again for this second round match. Rafa Nadal back in the mix. Unable to play down under because of a viral infection. Delayed his return to the game. But here he is on court. Some good ball striking there, and Nadal still struggling a bit to get his feet organized underneath him. And he talked about how playing matches is a different kind of animal. Obviously hoping for the best. You can see strapping on the left knee.
$15.40.
Saves the one break point. Ooh, that's a good forehand cross court.
Igualas.
It's a little reminiscent of Thomas Bellucci, the left-hander from Brazil. The way he's able to get out around that forehand on the left-handed side. That's another good point. And you may have seen Thomas Bellucci representing Brazil in the U.S. Davis Cup match against that country this weekend here on Tennis Channel. Very formidable player himself. And you see in Delbonis, a young talent, at least in the early goings here, able to push the former world number around pretty effectively.
Iguales. Venta Delbonis. Iguales.
Now that time was Delbonis, who just did not get in position for that two-hander. Nadal has such spin, such bounce on his ground strokes. Oh, yes. His best shot of the day so far.
And Nadal.
Well, we missed that, didn't we? Some points and some effort. I mean, this net court favorable felt Delbonis, and look at Nadal showing no signs of wear and tear on the knees.
Venta Nadal. Juego Nadal.
So Nadal continued to battle and was rewarded.
Dos iguales.
So we spoke so much about Rafa. Let's take a quick look at his opponent, Federico Delbonis, just 22 years of age. Very tall, pretty athletic. He's got some weapons out there with his forehand and his serve. And you can see from last year, 6 ATP World Tour match wins, but plenty of success on the Challenger circuit. And he seems like the kind of emerging player who could work his way inside the top 100, particularly on this surface. He likes a bit of time to work with on the ball.
x264. 30-0.
Well, the backhand still works beautifully. Nadal has served pretty well so far. And he takes care of his serve for a second time. On serve here in the early goings at Vina Del Mar. Nadal's up 3-2. Great success on a tennis court, having at Roland Garros last year, his 7th championship. Undeniably, the king of clay, unbeaten in 06 and 10. 254 and 19, that's his career record on clay. His last loss on clay, well, that was on blue clay. To Verdasco in Madrid. So I think in red clay, he hasn't lost since 2011. How good is he with this kind of shot? The right-hander able to use the right hand to pull that ball back cross court. Just get the sense that Nadal is figuring in this out. He's shaking off the rust, yes, but also making the big man move.
(15-30).
Yeah, it's a pretty formidable combination, isn't it? That serve out wide, and he gets around nicely on the forehand, gives himself some space to work with.
Vamos, Rafa.
Juego Delbonis.
Consecutive winning drop shots and his 3 games all. It's a pretty heavy serve. And it earns himself a few options from the center of the court.
Lat. Primer servicio.
Fabulous conditions here in Vina Del Mar today because we're along the coast here, so it can get breezy on many days. Pretty solid today, though.
$15-0. Iguales.
Certainly more willing at this point in this set to be a little more aggressive. He started off just getting the ball into place, even if he grind this guy out, but sensing perhaps he needs to do just a little bit more with the ball. And that's how he's been able to get back on even terms. Well, two can play that game. And Nadal grabbing some real estate, getting himself up on the baseline. It continues to serve well, Rafa Nadal. Almost 80% of his first serves finding the mark. And so does that one there to finish off the seventh game. He's up 4-3. A sold-out crowd here at the VTR Open in Vina Del Mar, Chile. The sensation that is Rafa Nadal has come to town, his first visit to South America in 8 years. And they have welcomed him with open arms. Beautiful setting just off the Pacific. Along the coast of Chile. Nadal has not been coasting along by any means. He had to recover from a set down. Excuse me, a breakdown.
Gracias, por favor. Iguales.
Yeah, again, just figuring out the game plan. Gets Delbonis off balance and then forces him to defend, and he can't defend this. It's one of the most menacing plays in the game.
15-30.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that's a pattern that Delbonis wants to repeat. Flat and hard into the forehand and giving Nadal a target cross court.
Iguales.
And that's one of those occasions where the ball lands and you can almost hear it hit the line. I think both players recognize that. Sort of an unspoken realization that it was good, and Carlos Bernardes comes out to confirm it. Just on that back edge of the line. Delbonis has played some fine tennis today. He's done well defending some break points. Yes, he's been broken the once, but he's fought off the others pretty nicely. This time he opens up the court. So Nadal 1 for 5 now on break points.
Nadal.
How many times have we seen that in this opening set? The good first serve, and then gets around to make that forehand. That's a big weapon. If you don't have weapons against Nadal, well, you're in real trouble. And if you do have them, you better use them consistently enough. Delbonis just hanging in here in the 8th game.
Delbonis. Lat. Primer servicio. Iguales.
First time Delbonis converts the backhand. Nadal was going into grinding mode. He wasn't going to give the air.
Delbonis.
And the Argentinian took full advantage. So second chance to get to 4 games all. Just remarkable, the power, the timing on the return.
Iguales.
Heavy conditions and beautifully timed, right on the ball. Great depth, great pace. Strike.
And Nadal.
It was a powerful shot, but it was really his powerful legs that got him in position to make this happen. I mean, watch him get outside this. It's not a bad reply, maybe a little bit short.
Iguales.
Seven months away from the game. He hit one earlier today, but you almost expect him to make that, but we'll cut him a little slack.
Venta Delbonis. Iguales.
He doesn't give you many free wins, does he, Nadal? I mean, Delbonis have to win each of these points. Maybe not a bad play, but just didn't get it done.
Venta Nadal.
Can he convert on break point number 8? He's got it.
Nadal.
Well, don't forget, we'll have live coverage of the 2013 VTR Open from Vina del Mar, Chile this weekend. Semifinal gets underway 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific, and championship action on Sunday as well. So will the fortunes of Nadal be around on the weekend? We hope so. Hope you'll be a part of our coverage as well. So here's Rafa Nadal now up 5-3. Took him 4 break points in that last game, but he finally gets it done. Chance to serve for the opening set.
Lat. Primer servicio.
So this Nadal 5-3. The local score is incorrect.
Cero 15.
Strike. Brilliant.
iguales.
Amazing how he gets his timing so right. The drive into the ball, the slide after. $15 all, second serve. Now you have to do so many things well to make a serious impression against Nadal. One of them is shot selection. Delbonis has missed a couple of big chances here today. A couple points from the set, Nadal.
Bola por favor.
Yeah. That was a good return of serve. Saves the set point. Nadal finishing strong in that set. From love 2 down, he's able to take it 6-3. So the top seed, world number 5 currently, takes the opening set 6-3. Back with more from Vina in a moment. the clay court dominator. Back on court, and good to see. It was a very competitive opening set here against Federico Delbonis and Vina del Mar. The Spaniard taking it 6-3. It's been 8 years since he played in South America as an 18-year-old. He played in Buenos Aires, where he lost in the quarterfinals to Gaston Gaudio. But he won a couple titles in Brazil and Acapulco. So here he is again in 2013, 7 months away from the game. And so far, a little bit rusty in the opening set, recovered from his set down. But at the right moments, he was right and able to get over against Delbonis 6-3. So I mentioned the golden swing here in South America. We can actually take a look back at Rafa as an 18-year-old.
Nuts. He's been there down 14.
This is Costa de Suepe taking on Alberto Martin in the championship match, winning it. And here he is in Mexico, Acapulco, against fellow Spaniard Albert Montaña. So a couple of wins for Nadal as a teenager. Tied Bjorn Borg for the most titles as a teenager, Rafa Nadal. So look at his past run through in South America. Of course, that very year, 2005, went on to win his first French Open. And that really was his first big breakthrough season, 50-2 on clay. He lost to Gaudio in Buenos Aires. He lost to Andreev in Valencia. But he won Monte Carlo, Rome, Bastad, Roland Garros, Barcelona, Acapulco, Costa de Suepe. I mean, it's a remarkable run that he had in 05 and just exploding on the scene with 11 titles. So Delbonis will start things off in the second set. This 22-year-old Argentinian had chances in that opening set. A couple of moments here or there, he might have won it.
15-0. igualas. $15-30.
Just throughout his play today, we've seen moments there where just not quite in rhythm.
$40-30.
Nadal makes him pay the price. You have to finish from there, or you play at your peril.
Iguales.
He just makes that shot look so routine. He's 15 feet behind the baseline. 3,300 RPMs off that forehand. Can't be all bad. Curls that one in beautifully.
Venta, Nadal. Iguales.
Sort of an interesting dynamic today when you see Nadal, the left-hander, taking on another left-hander. Normally he breaks down right-handers' backhands. Delbonis, obviously a weapon in his own forehand. So Nadal is trying to find those patterns of play, a little bit different from what he's accustomed to. Of course, having said that, Nadal has a brilliant record against left-handers. Spoke with Greg Sharko of the ATP World Tour, and he told me Nadal was 51-5 against left-handers. Such an impressive combination.
Iguales.
It's the drop shot winner, yes, but it's how he sets it up. He pushes his man off the baseline, well behind it. Delbonis knew he was in trouble, didn't even make a run for that.
Venta, Nadal.
Possesses a real weapon in that serve, but he's had 3 double faults today. Such a great combination. Nadal able to break Delbonis and start off the second set with great momentum.
Second set.
Yeah, the magic has been present today. It hasn't been present every single point, but you sense that he's getting the mix right. He's had plenty of breakpoint opportunities and able to convert again to start off the second. Now we're hoping to be joined on the phone by my Tennis Channel colleague Justin Gimelstob, who is in Vina Del Mar. Justin, can you talk to us a little bit about the excitement of Nadal being there in Vina Del Mar, Chile for the first time?
Well, it's absolutely electric. It's almost like the Super Bowl. The power's almost gone out there. Literally, the whole internet, all the providers, because there's been so much demand on the bandwidth, it's been incredible. The place is packed. There's people standing at the rafters. The whole city is absolutely electrified by Rafa Nadal being here. Fernando Gonzalez, the best Chilean player, along with Marcelo Rios. They were got awards before the match, so it's just really an incredible atmosphere, a real boost to this ATP 250 event.
What are your observations from seeing Nadal firsthand, physically, mentally? How are the knees from what you've been able to tell?
Well, he definitely seems a bit hesitant. He doesn't seem as powerful in his lower body or as secure moving into the corners. One of the things I noticed in the first set that surprised me was how many clean winners Delbonis was able to hit. Very rare to see guys that would actually just power through Nadal, create space, hit some drop shot winners. Nadal did look like he's getting some good pop on the serve, which is going to be important for him moving forward to be able to get some free points. He caught some forehands. That one forehand down the line on the run in the fourth game. But their guy started off very hesitant. Was down 2-love, above 30. But he's getting better. That's the good news. But it's tough. He's been away for 8 months. He's definitely a bit nervous. Still definitely a little unsure in his movement. His game is so predicated on physicality and movement. It's going to take some time. He's going to need some reps. He's going to get more confident, but he's going to fight his way back. He's one of the greatest champions the sport's had, and the sport needs him.
Yeah, what does Juan Monaco think? He was, you know, the defending champ. Fair amount of attention on him. Suddenly Nadal comes to town, and he's the forgotten man, although he is playing doubles here with Nadal.
Yeah, they practiced a bunch. Nadal got here about a week early, doing a lot of press commitments. They actually met with the president of Chile. They're trying to get a bunch more support for this event. Unfortunately for Monaco, who won the tournament last year against Berlach in a tough three-setter, lost first round. But they did win their doubles easily. Monaco is one of Nadal's best friends on the tour. They practice together frequently. But yeah, all the attention is on Rafael Nadal, and all the other players know it. And quite frankly, all the other players are fine with it. It has lifted the Q rating of this event to a very, very high stature. I mean, with the amount of press requests and TV and the amount of buzz around this tournament, it's great for the sport.
So Nadal has the break at 2-love. We're talking with Justin Gimelstob, who is in Chile. Watching Nadal work this point over so well. And Justin, he's got a swing ahead of him where he's going to play in Brazil and Acapulco. He seems ready for the task. He seems so eager. Obviously, he missed this game badly.
Oh, he absolutely craves being out here. He loves the grind, he loves the practice, he loves the pain, and his game is predicated on it. And he's going to make a concerted effort to play more on the clay. He's going to play these 3 tournaments. The courts here in Vina Del Mar are playing very heavy. The court and the ball, the combination, the ball's getting very fluffed up. So it's really interesting to see when Nadal, the damage that he does, the difference between when he lands the ball short or when he really penetrates with that forehand. When his feet are set, he needs to do a lot of damage because his defensive skills right now are not where they were at their peak. So he's going to need to bring in some more offense. It doesn't seem as dangerous or as confident stretched in the corners, especially on that backhand side. But he's going to get better and better each game, each match, each tournament.
Yeah, I think that's a good observation you make. And I was listening to what Mats Wilander said, and he said that he might need to take a little time to earn back the respect of the players. That just being away from the game, players think, oh, I got a chance against this guy now. So that might take a little time as well, how to turn that bit of respect back into powerful respect from the other guys.
Yeah, Leif, as you know, the game changes quickly. I mean, even just this guy Delbonis coming out there just crushing winners right from the start, had chances to go double break. I mean, the game evolves quickly, and it's going to take Rafa a little time to get up to speed. But when he's at his best, he will always challenge at the height of the game. For him, it's just going to be a battle to stay healthy, to get the reps in. But he's done a nice job fighting for court positioning. He's done a nice job flattening out his forehand at times. But you actually hit it right on the head. I mean, the lefty-to-lefty pattern, that is why this is a great record against lefties. It does make it a little bit tricky. He can't go to his normal forehand to the righty backhand had the normal sliding serves to the righty backhand. So it has added a different element to this first match. So a little bit of an extra dynamic, but he's finding his way through it. He's getting better and better as the match goes on.
Well, Justin, we can't thank you enough for checking in with us and giving us those wonderful observations from Vina Del Mar. I know you and I are clay court animals, so thanks, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the weekend.
See you guys.
All right, back with more from Vina Del Mar. Nadal, 6-3, 3-love. Welcome back, everyone. Live pictures from Vina Del Mar, Chile. Rafael Nadal, his first match back in 7 months against Federico Delbonis of Argentina. You can see the Spaniard carving out a 6-3, 3-love lead. It's been one of the more consistent aspects of his game today. Nadal, the first serve. Been able to mix it up with a lot of variety. Four aces as well. Now that was something that Delbonis was able to do in the opening set. Justin Gimelstob mentioned that he came out firing, opening up the court, really putting Nadal on the defensive. But since then, Nadal's been really able to wrestle away control of this match, and it's looking much more comfortable now as he's putting Delbonis now in awkward positions.
Vamos, vamos.
Nadal.
Well, he earned the position there. Delbonis failed to execute the forehand. So Nadal, 4 games to start off the second set. Well, last time Nadal was playing, this was after Wimbledon. He was the #2 ranked player in the world, right behind Novak Djokovic. You can see ahead of Federer, ahead of Murray and Tsonga. Here it is, February of 2013. Nadal now down to #5. with plenty of important points to defend. Not only Indian Wells, Miami coming up, but also Monte Carlo, Rome, Madrid, and of course the French Open. So some important times ahead for the Spaniard. Yeah, this is just sheer power. Delbonis unable to catch up to that one.
15 iguales.
Now, not that Monte Carlo's been any sort of problem for Nadal in the past. 8 consecutive titles in the Principality. And he's doing things that no other tennis player, even the greatest clay courter ahead of him would be Bjorn Borg. I mean, the results, the achievement he's amassing, unprecedented.
Iguales.
A good first serve there.
40-30. Iguales.
Fourth double. That's a wonderful play.
Delbonis.
So often against a right-hander, Nadal is looking at the very least, a weaker reply from that side. Delbonis, though, right into his strength, the forehand.
Juego Delbonis.
So the Argentinian is on the board in the second set, but it's Nadal who has a couple breaks to the good here, as well as the opening set. The 2013 Fed Cup on Tennis Channel kicks off with the Team USA traveling to Rimini to face a strong Italian squad in a rematch of both the 2009 and 2010 finals. You can watch exclusive live coverage starting 9 a.m. Eastern Time right here on Tennis Channel. Of course, the last-minute addition of the team, Melanie Udan, joining the squad is Sloane Stephens, having to pull out. But Mary Jo Fernandez very happy with her squad, looking forward to another match. It seems like the USA is always playing Italy, and they'll play them again. So here's Rafael Nadal, trying to push himself forward in this ATP World Tour 250 event, trying to book a spot in the quarterfinals.
Iguales.
Well, that's a wonderful tennis point on this red clay court here in Chile. Just outmaneuvering his man so brilliantly. The strong movements and the equally strong strikes off the ground. Glad you could be a part of our coverage of this very special presentation. Rafa's return to the game, his first match in 7 months. I'm Leif Shiras, bringing you action from the VTR Open. Vina, Del Mar, Chile, part of the ATP World Tour, a 250 event. Nadal started out this match a bit slowly. In fact, he lost his opening service game, the opening game of the match, but recovered to take the opening set 6-3, and he's been flexing his muscles ever since. A little bit more consistent in his play, and Delbonis just starting to hang his shoulders a little bit.
Juega Nadal. Nadal gana 5.
He's been working up a pretty good sweat today. And as is his custom, you know, a match 6-3, 5-1. And it's going on 80 minutes. So he likes to take his time out there, very deliberate in his play. And like most great champions, a bit of a perfectionist. I mentioned I spoke with the tournament director, Alvaro Friol, former player out of Chile, and he was saying about the excitement that Nadal had created coming this long distance to South America and to Chile. How great has the excitement been? Reports from the practice court were that he autographed a baby after one of his practices.
Lat.
Sort of interesting.
Primer servicio.
When he arrived in Santiago, he was whisked off to the presidential palace for a meeting with the president. So I guess Nadal is capable of dealing with heads of state, but also the youngest tennis fans as well.
40-0. Juega Delbonis. Bolas novas.
So Delbonis avoids losing that game and the match, but Nadal is going to serve for it in a return here on Tennis Channel. Back in Vina Del Mar along the Pacific coast of Chile. Rafa Nadal has made a real impression here, not only on court in this his first match in 7 months, but also on this wonderful coastal nation in South America. Federico Delbonis has played his part. He's played well. He had some real chances in that opening set when Nadal was just knocking the rust off. But here's a chance for the Spaniard to finish things off. He's got new tennis balls.
15.
Now that's one of his tried and true combinations. He gets that ball out wide, and it's hard to keep the ball off his forehand. And he needs it most. That's a play he enjoys going to. Well, these new tennis balls really move through the air, and the return did a nice job of giving him some time.
Iguales.
So a little under 90 minutes of tennis. He hasn't won a tennis match, well, in what, 223 days? 222 days?
Nadal.
So he's got another chance here to get the W.
Bola, por favor. Gracias. Bola.
It's a little wide. Nadal. Now, we were expecting this result, but it still feels good to see Nadal on court enjoying his game, and he'll be happy with that 6-3, 6-2 win. Well, he may have been at his nadir, Nadal, being away from the game for 7 months, but no more. Back in the winner's circle, and very much in the hunt to maybe take home a title here in Vina Del Mar, into the quarterfinals. Well, he'll take on the winner of a couple of his Spanish compatriots, Montañez, Jimeno Traver. In the second round, they'll square off to see who gets the distinction of taking on our top seed. Jeremy Chardy, Australian Open quarterfinalist. He's alive also in the top half of the draw. And don't forget, we'll also have the semifinals live for you on Saturday here at Tennis Channel. We'll also have the championship match from the Club Naval de Campo Las Salinas here in Vina del Mar. So Nadal back in the winner's circle, back on court, back in the game, and back on the tennis mat. The Spaniard, winner